We know that to stay on the top of the league in the grueling season, we need to look beyond the results. There are still some areas where we need to sharpen up if we are going to challenge for the title and stay ahead of the pack. And in this video, I'm going to break down three key areas where Liverpool can still improve this season. Let's dive into it. Let's be real, Reds. Our start has been great, but we have had one of the easiest schedule so far. That's not to downplay our performances, but if we are honest, we haven't been fully tested yet, correct? What's worrying is that the next 10 games are going to be a whole different story, even in Champions League or even in Premier League. We are about to face some of the toughest teams in the league and Champions League, and this is where we'll really find out what we are made of. Can Slot's tactics hold up against the big boys? Can we grind out results when the pressure is on? These are the questions we need to be asking as a fans. The next couple of months are going to show us what this Liverpool side is truly capable of. First up, let's talk about Slot's 4-4 pressing scheme. As fans, we have all seen how effective it's been in blocking teams from playing through the middle. It's aggressive, and when it works, it wins us possession high up the pitch. But here's the catch, this formation has its downsides, and the biggest weakness? It leaves us exposed on the wings. Opponents with wide fullbacks and attacking midfielders drifting outside can really hurt us by bypassing our press. If they build up in a 4-2 shape, spreading the ball to flanks, we can get caught out and suddenly our defense is stretched. So, for us to stay strong at the top, we need to find a way to balance our pressing game. Slot system is great, but teams will figure out how to exploit those wide areas if you don't adjust. Now, here's where things get tricky for Liverpool's press. Slot system forces us into a bit of dilemma. When teams go wide to exploit our wings, our double pivot of McAllister and Gravenberg has a tough decision to make. Do we send the midfielder to cover the flanks and risk leaving just one extra defender at the back? That's risky, especially when teams counter-attack. Or do we push our fullbacks, Trent or Andy Robertson, higher up the pitch in a hybrid press to close down those wide spaces? It's a tough call, and it puts pressure on our backline. We all know how much Trent likes to go forward, push forward. But if he steps up to press, it can leave us vulnerable at the back. That is the main condition. Whenever Trent is going forward, that back line or the space behind Trent is always being exploited. In the last season also, we have seen under Klopp that whenever Trent was caught off guard, that space has to be covered by Konate or whoever playing in the defense. And that stretches other defenders also. So that need to be focused. Slot has to strike the right balance here. If we get it wrong, we'll be wide open to counter-attacks from teams with pace. In the Nottingham Forest game, we saw that the goal came from the counter-attack. Liverpool were pressing, they were desperate to get the goal because they wanted to win. Nottingham Forest was staying back, they were blocking, low block was there, and suddenly they moved forward. Trent was caught off guard, and that's why that goal was scored. That is the thing Slot has to think about. How to improve that area from the wide, from the fullbacks. That is the weakness currently for Liverpool. Slot's approach often leans on our double pivot of Gravenberg and McAllister to cover a lot of ground. They have to play so much, they have to cover so much ground that most of the times they will be the having most distance covered with Soboslai. Basically the entire width of the pitch. Against weaker teams, we have managed to get away with it. But when we come up against stronger oppositions like Arsenal or Manchester City, they'll figure this out quickly and look to exploit these gaps. By stretching our midfield, opponents can create overloads, leaving us scrambling to recover. This means we are probably going to be relying heavily on recovery runs. That recovery runs from Gravenberg or sometimes even from McAllister we have seen until now. That's a lot to ask, especially with the intense schedule ahead. So many games are coming up like Chelsea, Arsenal, even Bayer Leverkusen, those type of games, it will be a little hard. If teams start targeting those spaces, we could find ourselves in trouble defensively. Before moving to the second point, I have a request to all of you. More than 90% of you are not subscribed. Please do consider subscribing and help us our channel to grow. Let's talk about set pieces. We have got Aston Briggs, our set piece coach, who's brought in some exciting new ideas. We have seen glimpses of it, like when we absolutely tore Milan apart. on corners in the Champions League. It was brilliant, but here's the thing, it hasn't quite clicked in the Premier League yet. In Europe, we have been able to create dangerous opportunities, but when it comes to the intensity and physicality of Premier League, things haven't come together as smoothly. We are not converting as many corners or free kicks as we should be. And with the quality of delivery we have from players like Trent and Robertson, we should be making more of these chances. If we can start being more clinical from set pieces, it could be a huge weapon for us, especially in tight games where the margins are small. Let's dive into the stats for a moment. Right now, we are fourth lowest in the league for shots from set pieces and third worst when it comes to expected goals from those chances. Only 18% of our shots and just 9% of our XG are coming from set pieces. That's a real concern because with the talent we have on deliveries, Train and Robo, this should be one of our strongest areas. Now, defensively, we are not doing badly. We have considered 23 shots and 1.75 xg from set pieces, which ranks us 8th best in the league. We haven't considered a goal from set pieces yet, so it might not seem like a huge problem. But here's the issue, those defensive numbers are good, but not elite. We are surviving, but stronger teams will find ways to exploit that. And in tight games, set pieces goals can be the difference between 3 points and 1 point or uh, being a champion. In the last season, we saw that in the Carabao Cup final, the corner kick from Simikas and the header from Van Dijk was the differentiator between winning the Carabao Cup and not winning. So that's why set pieces are so important. Arsenal has one of the best record in set pieces. They have scored so many goals from the set pieces. Even City is also good in that. To stay at the top, we need to start converting these opportunities into goals and tighten up defensively to make sure we are not punished. Here's a key point. Success from set pieces is strongly linked to top two leagues finish in Premier League over the past 10 years. Teams that dominate set pieces have a clear advantage, especially when facing low block teams or sides with similar strength to us. When teams park the bus, like Nottingham Forest did, it's often these moments from dead ball situations that can break the deadlock. The blueprint is there for us. We have got the right ideas under Aston Briggs, but what we need now is execution. We have got to generate more shots from these situations and, more importantly, convert them into goals. If we can sharpen up here, it could be the difference maker for us in those tight games. Set pieces are a weapon we have to maximize if we want to stay in the title race. Between Arsenal and Manchester City, if you remember, until the extra time, until the 95th minute, City was trailing, and when they scored that last goal, that was from the set pieces. So that's how the margins are. Winning at Etihad for Arsenal was so important, and it could have changed the direction of the title. But you saw City won that set piece and they converted. They converted from that set piece. That's why it is so important to win the set pieces and to convert the set pieces. Finally, let's discuss decision making. Something that's been a talking point for Arne Slot. In his interview with Jamie Carragher, he mentioned that sometimes the team rushes their decisions, opting for direct balls behind the defenses too quickly. Now, we all love the thrill of fast attack, but slot system is really built on patient build-up. The idea is to draw opposition in, betting the press, and before launching those fast, devastating attacks. When we rush things, we can lose that tactical advantage and make it easier for teams to counter. It's a delicate balance. If we can be more patient and make smarter decisions, we'll create better scoring opportunities. We have seen how effective our direct attacks can be, but we need to ensure we are picking the right moments to go direct. This is where improvement can really take us to the next level. Interestingly, we are seeing that Liverpool has become less direct this season compared to last, and the stats back that up. While this shift can lead to more controlled and patient game, it also highlights the need for better decision making. Against higher quality teams, we can't afford to make mistakes. Those errors can be incredibly costly. Teams will pounce on any mistake. As we move forward, especially in tougher fixtures, our ability to make the right choices under pressure will be crucial. If we can combine our patience in build up and with a sharp decision making when it's time to attack, we'll be in much stronger position to convert chances and secure vital points. It's about finding that perfect balance and making sure we are ready to capitalize on every opportunity. Overall, the early signs of the slot era at Liverpool are certainly encouraging. We have seen some exciting performances and a new style of play that has brought a fresh energy to the squad. But let's be honest, there's still room to grow. What's reassuring is that Slot himself acknowledges these areas for improvement. His willingness to adapt and learn is positive sign for the future. As fans, we should be excited about what's to come. With a few tweaks and continued development, this team has the potential to be a real force in the league. Let's stay behind the lights as they work through these challenges. Together, we can look forward to a season filled with thrilling football and hopefully some silverware at the end of it. Let me know your thoughts on the tactical analysis of this video. Let me know your expectation from Slot and the Liverpool team at the end of the season. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing. It's a great help to us. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.